Hello everybody, Drew here. Tip of the Mid Flips, where every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway, so if you're watching, make sure that you're subscribed so you have a chance to win. I have 19 orders going out today for about $450, so pretty good sales weekend. It'd be nicer if it was 10 for $450, but you know, you can't be choosy. First thing going out is Kanye West, College Dropout. Apparently I don't know my alphabet very well, but there it is right there. College Dropout. And that is $5.99 free shipping. Next up, I have sold this item 4 or 5 times, and for some reason it always gets canceled, but this time it didn't. And it is Sony S Master Home Theater. I think it's going to be over here. Yes, as you can see, it's on the very bottom down there. And that's because that's one of the oldest electronics I've listed, and I've listed it again and again because, I don't know, for some reason it sells and then people cancel the order. Very weird. It could be because the shipping is pretty high, and that's probably because it was something I listed a long time ago and I wasn't exactly sure on a lot of stuff, so I would overestimate on shipping. That could be it. Who knows? But either way, $39.99 plus shipping. And then after that, Tomb Raider for PC right there. And that one, I got $5.94 free shipping. That is not a lot of money, but I was listing the games. I think I just went with it. And then it also looks like I either sent out an offer or took an offer, because $5.94 doesn't look right because I always do $99, or in very rare conditions, $49. This has been great. Sold one of these not that long ago, last week actually. And here goes another one. Zyxel Z-Wall VPN. Get this box lid out of the way. Again, not going to pull it out because it's big and I want it in my way. But this right here, it's some type of thing, a VPN. I don't really know what that does, but they are apparently worth money. So that one, $220 plus shipping. And because it's so skinny, it ships priority because you can double up on one of these type of boxes and it fits perfectly. Just bubble wrap it really good. They're quite durable. The outer casing is very, very sturdy, hard, not chintzy in any way. But $220 plus shipping, and it's actually an international sale through the global shipping program, so they probably paid a lot in shipping. And then I took an offer on this, The World of Pooh. Winnie the Pooh, right down here. And I took an offer because mine was not in the best condition. It was a little warped, and I think there was some pencil on it or something. Just not in the greatest condition, so I didn't want to wait around to sell that. $13 free shipping. I paid less than $1. Then original Kenwood RC something something. It's a remote. Kenwood. Nope, not in that one. Kenwood. So somewhere in there, I think it's actually this one here that when I point, you can't see where I'm pointing, but it's in there. And that one, I got $6 free shipping, which actually, speaking of remotes, I finally tested the TVs that I had sitting over here, and I had 3 of them. And that one over there in the far corner, that one worked perfectly fine. And if you recognize this one, that was my one for my hookups for my gaming systems, which this was one of the ones I was testing, and I don't know how, why, whatever, it doesn't really matter at this point, but when I would put a tape in, I would get sound but no video. I pulled the TV apart thinking maybe I might be able to zone in on what the problem is, but because of it being so compact with the VCR, I would have had to completely disassemble it, and the TV was functioning, so I didn't want to go that far. So what I did is I decided I pulled mine out, I swapped out the cables, and now this is my testing TV, which instead of a 13-inch is now a 9-inch, which is not optimal, but it's more optimal than just throwing it away and making $0. So I listed mine and took that one as my new testing TV. And then the other one was the Mitsubishi, which was, sorry, I got a twitch in my eye. That was going to be about a $150 TV, pretty rare, older Mitsubishi CRTV. And it would make the noise like it powers on, and then it would immediately make the click powering off again. Never any picture of any kind, no nothing. So that was just a loss. That's just going into recycling, electronics recycling. But here's the key. That's why I'm speaking about remotes. It had the remote with it. So I paid $5 for it. I spent 15 minutes trying to get it to work, but it had the remote. So I listed the remote. There wasn't another one listed, so I put $19.99. Normally, if there's not another one, I'll put $24.99. But I don't think it's in demand. I think people would rather just skip on having a remote before they pay too much. Just my personal thought. But that's why remotes are so important. When you're picking up vintage electronics, if it comes with a remote, you can take the chance, because even if it's a VCR and it's $10, but it's got the remote, or if it's TV and it's $15, but it's got the remote, worst case scenario is you list the remote and you break even. So remotes, very key when listing vintage electronics. After that, we have Evidence, the something for PC right here. Evidence, the Last Ritual, which I thought this was a really cool game case. Kind of looks like a evidence file type of thing. And that I got $9.99 free shipping. And then after that, this one sold and then they never paid. So eBay recently changed something, because it used to be you had to open a case and then you had to wait a few extra days. Like this is something eBay actually did right. I don't know when they did it. They never made an announcement. So I don't know. It happened at some point and I'm down with it. But if after somebody doesn't pay for a certain amount of days, you just cancel it and relist it. You just have to open a case and then you'd have to wait another 3 days or whatever it was. And you just, after I think it's the second day, you have to send them an invoice. After you send them the invoice, if they don't pay within a couple more days, you just cancel the order and relist it. It's much, much better. But Emperor, Rise of the something. My brain is working good today. I think it was a disc. It's got to be this one. Disc only. Emperor, Rise of the Middle Kingdom. Let me double check. Yes, Emperor, Rise of the Middle Kingdom. It's throwing me off because the picture in the listing is the disc. If I can zoom in there, yeah, the disc. But then the insert from the game was with it, so that's what's in front there. And I got $9.99 free shipping. And when I sold it the last time, I had taken an offer, so I made more money. Great. And then this, I took a very low offer. On B1, Aero Pilates Poles. I don't know what they are, but they go to a Pilates machine, and I got a bag of just miscellaneous Pilates things. It had 4 DVDs. It had a couple of the bands, the stretchy bands. If you don't know what Pilates is, it's like a torture chair with elastic bands that you stretch and exercise and become fit, I guess. But it had 4 DVDs. It had those 2 poles, some of the bands, and a bunch of knobs. And I paid $5 for the whole bag, maybe $10 for the whole bag. The DVDs I got like $30 for. The knobs I've sold a couple for like $15 each. The bands I've sold for $10, $15 each. And I had those listed, you know, price compared to other items, I think for $40 plus shipping. But somebody offered me $10. I said, I've already made well over my money. Let's just get these out of the way and make me some room on a shelf. So $10 plus shipping for those metal rods. Let's see. In B2C, vintage Foley 3 stainless finger chopper is what it looks like to me. But it's a chopper of some kind for vegetables or whatever. I almost didn't list it and put it in our kitchen because the blade was dinged up. But I listed it low and put that in the description, and it sold almost immediately. So I guess people don't care. If you're chopping carrots, who cares if there's a couple dings in the blade? $12 free shipping for that. And then in B2A, Texas Instruments. Now I can't remember what number it was, but we will discover that together. Here we go. It's a... all right. It's a Texas Instruments. Texas Instruments TI-30XS. And $10.19 free shipping for that. Again, either sent out an offer or accepted an offer. This one I know I accepted an offer on. It's on B3. So B123. right here, and it is a Sony TCM 353V Walkman, and normally that's about a $40 Walkman, but the reason that mine A was listed cheaper and B I accept an offer on, the little like foam that's in the battery back, let me just flip that out, right here is missing. And so what was happening is if you tipped it a certain way, the batteries would pop out of place and it would just stop working because it didn't have the batteries in it. And I wasn't going to go through the work of trying to replace the foam. So I just put in the listing that it works perfectly fine, but that piece of foam is not there and it makes it stop working. And somebody sent me an offer, $18 free shipping, and I accepted. Next, one of the greatest albums of all time, Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy, right here. It's a double disc. If you ever want to feel happy and sad and all the emotions in one day, that is the one for you. $8.49 free shipping for that. That'll go medium mail. And then after that, Tonight the Stars Revolt, Power Man 5000. Right there. Funny story about Power Man 5000, which if you've never heard of that band, the lead singer is the younger brother of Rob Zombie. And this band came and played in my town one time, which I have a town of about 4,200 people. So very weird that I think a top 10 album, I don't think they ever made it very high, but it was for the year that album was out, they were big. But they came to my tiny, tiny town. I can't explain it. I was too young to go to the show, so it was a 21 up show. $5.99 free shipping. And then same place I had gotten the Sony one, I got a different one, different Walkman type thing. Vintage Realistic Stereo Mate on A1. I gotta get these boxes out of here. A1 right there. This one looks very cool, all red. And this one also worked perfectly fine. There was something neat about the Sony one though. I can't remember. Oh, it's got like it's got a microphone, like voice activated something or other. Perfectly honest, didn't test that part. I hope that works. I think I noticed it after and I said, too late. If I gotta, give a refund, I'll give a refund. $15 free shipping for the red one. I paid, I think, less than $1 for both of them. And then these are from last fall, maybe even 2 falls ago. On A5, Kate Spade Christmas ornaments. I'll pull one just to look at them, and I'll get the rest when I go to pack it up. But they're these right here. They're very heavy, almost like a ceramic or something. But I'd sold some individual ones that were black and white, so listed those separately and got really good money. And then all these ones, there was just too much competition, so I put them in one big lot. And then they didn't sell for the last Christmas season. And then someone sent me, I think I had them $99.99 plus shipping. Someone sent me an offer of $70 plus shipping. I said, sure, yeah, that seems great to me. I paid up for them though. I paid $5 a piece, and there's 7, so it's 35. So not making a ton of money, but I'm okay with them being gone. But they left a note that, I don't know. I don't have to respond to it. I won't respond to it, but please refund any excess shipping. Many thanks. So glad to get it all in one swoop. So not only did they pay less because they bought in bulk, they paid less because they sent me an offer. They also want me to send them a refund if there's a difference in shipping. I don't know about that. They sound very cheap to me. So, I mean, like I said, I don't have to respond to the note. I don't have to send them a refund if there is one. So I just found that interesting. Maybe they're just maybe it's just something they always do just in case someone wants to send them the refund. I don't know. That's not how I do business, so definitely not happening. And then next up, Dune by Frank Herbert. It's a collector's edition Barnes & Noble exclusive. I got that at a garage sale for $5. They actually had a bunch of books, but their sign was $5, all hardcover books, which I was like, that's insane. But then I took a quick glance and I was like, oh, this one, I'll pay $5 for that. I didn't look it up. I had a feeling that it was going to at least break even. So it wasn't going to be out. So I was willing to take the chance. $29.74 free shipping for that one. And that's a weird one because technically is this advertising for Barnes & Noble? Because if it is, then technically you can't send this media mail because it says Barnes & Noble exclusive. But I don't know if that would be considered advertising for Barnes & Noble. I don't know. I'm sending it media mail because it's a book. If somebody opens that at USPS, they're going to go, oh, it's a book. So I'm not worried about it. But that might be able to technically be advertising, therefore not media mail. My throat is dry. I'm sorry. Next up, A2. Handyman something. Should have read it better. I'll get a chance to because I think it's in this basket. It's a belt buckle that I hope is in this basket. Yeah, I can see it now. Where are we at here? Handyman Club of America Life member. I think I overpaid for that when I got it because $8.99 free shipping. And I think I paid $2 or $3 for it. So I'm not really making any money. But I bought it with like 5 belt buckles. So I made money on the whole deal. And then let me refresh just in case. But nope. Last thing is vintage Warcraft Orcs, I think it said. This one right here. Orcs and Humans. World of Warcraft disc. And I got $6.99 free shipping for that one. So all in all, another good sales weekend. That's 2 of them back to back. Haven't had that in a while. Sales are going good so far this month. I'm hoping that is a trend that continues till at least the end of the year. There was a bit of a lull in the market, but that wasn't just me. That was all markets. All markets. Stock market, crypto market, collectible market. There was a lull. And I think that's always been a thing. Spring into summer, people have better things to do than sit around and shop and all that kind of stuff. That's why fourth quarter tends to be better because people are bored. People are sitting around. People got time on their hands to shop and collect things and do hobbies and whatever. Where during this time of year, people are vacationing or they spending their money on, you know, going to amusement parks or whatever they do. And then I did go to that estate sale, with the one where I said I saw where the electronics were at. I was going right to them. I'm going to just zone in and see what I could get. And what I ended up getting is a Marantz unit that I already have, the exact same one right here. So I knew how much that was worth. That's about $100 right there. And then there was a VCR, and then there was also this exact CD player that is my CD player, this Pioneer PD 4100, and mine, the door has an issue where it'll open and then shut repeatedly. So I almost bought it for myself, but I don't really like it. It's not like I want to replace it, and it doesn't have a good value, like $40 or something. But then there was this. It's an Akai, I don't have my glasses on, GX 255 reel to reel, and this was for $15. The Marantz was $40, and I paid $45 for both of them. They cut me a little bit of a deal. And this right here, even if it doesn't work, $150. If it does work, it's closer to $4. So I have no clue how to test this, but it looks clean, like no damage, barely looks that dusty. There is a reel on here, but of course, you know, someone had to do something stupid with it. But if it spins, I don't know. I'll definitely look up a couple YouTube videos and see what it's supposed to do. Because I mean, I know what it does, but I don't know how that's supposed to go about. And I'll test it the best of my abilities, but it looks clean. And like I said, so if that's working, that's $300 or so. But then while I was there, oh, there was one other thing. I got this also. I paid for this. I paid the full $15 for this, and I think this is about a $100 unit. But the issue with cassette players is they could be completely good, A-OK, working 100%, but the tape drive band inside could be stretched out, and then you either got to replace it or you got to sell it for parts because it's a hassle to replace them for 90% of the population. And most of the time that includes me because, I don't know, you got to find the right one. It's just, it's not fun to do. And then This one right here, this is the story I'm getting to. They saw me, a couple of people there from my town. I went to school with their sons, but they saw me pick this up, and the lady, she says, "Hey, I got one of those at my house," or something like it. "I'm sick of moving around. You want it?" So she tracks her husband down, and he says, "Yeah, I'll, sell it to you, whatever, blah, blah, blah." I said, "Okay." I knew where he lived already. So I'll meet you there in a half hour. So I go there, and this is the unit that they were talking about, which is a behemoth. This thing weighs so much, and he sells on eBay. He was very aware that this is a hassle to list and ship and all the above, but he plugged it in. It seemed to be mostly functional. One of the lights is out. I paid up for it. I paid $80, and I should get about 300. I do have to, go through and test everything, but it looked like it was in pretty good condition. This is bent right here. I noticed that when I got it home. Not a big deal. I don't think I'll try to fix it. I'll just disclose it in the listing. But really a cool unit, and I was happy to pick that up as well. And then no tip of the day today, just a bit of a story. I sold a TV last week. It was the one that I said, dummy, I don't have my normal boxes around. So I think this is my fault, but things happen. That's how life is. Things happen. So I ended up finding a box for it, but I had to pack it on its side. So I think traveling on its side might have knocked something loose, because the buyer messaged me and they said, "Hey, the TV, it powers on, but it's just a blank screen, da 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 da." And I said, "Okay, well," first off, I checked their sales history. They got perfect sales history. Doesn't seem like a scammer. We had a couple back and forth conversation trying to see if maybe we could troubleshoot it or something, and that they tried everything they could. And they seemed to be earnest. I don't in any way think they were a scammer. I think, and then I asked, like, was the box damaged? Maybe I can, which there was no insurance on it, so it didn't matter, but it was just trying to see. And they said, "No, you actually did a great job packing it. It looked wonderful. I'm surprised it's not working." I said, "Well, it worked when I sent it out. Would you be willing to maybe work with me for a partial refund? Because I don't want to have to make you go through the trouble, and for me to have to pay return shipping to get it back to make sure it's not working." Because that's what it comes down to. You get to a point where you have to make the call. Am I going to take the chance that they are 100% truthful and it does not work, and then I'm going to get it returned to me, and then I have a not working item that now I also have to pay the returning shipping on because it didn't work. So that wasn't something I was willing to do. Total price, shipping and cost the item was about $105. And so they said, "No, if there was a way for me to get it repaired, I totally would, but there just really isn't," which I believe. There aren't TV repair shops. That doesn't exist. And it wasn't expensive enough for me to get it back and attempt to fix it myself, which my knowledge on fixing TVs is very, very limited. So basically I said, "Okay, well, kind of it is what it is. Go ahead and request a refund. I'll refund you your money." And I was bummed about it, of course, because it's $105. But then the more I thought about it, one, okay, I'm not out $105. I'm out the 30 something it was for shipping, plus the $5 I paid for the TV, plus my time. So I'm out about $40 plus my time. I value my time a lot. So that part bums me out a lot, because I had to test it, pack it, list it, all of that. And I also had to travel around trying to find a box. It took me an hour to find a box because I'm an idiot and didn't have the right boxes on hand. So that part really bothers me, but that's on me. That was going to happen no matter what. I made the mistake on that in the first place. But I'm really only out about $40. And then my next thought was, well, that's just a thing. That's just part of business. If you own a grocery store, you, in your books, count on, because it's going to happen, theft, lost product, damaged product. That's something that you expect to be on your books and ends up being a tax write-off and whatever. It's part of doing business in sales, which is what I do, it's still part of business. People are going to try to scam you. People are going to scam you. People are going to return, I've had this only happen once, but it made me mad, return a different item than you sent them. Like the exact same item, but they send you the broken one and they keep the good one. Things like that do happen. There's not much you can do about it except for write it off. So I guess the tip of the day, to kind of wrap it up, is if you're someone who does this for a living, if you're someone who's interested in doing this for a living, and a $100 loss is going to make or break you for the week or the year or the month or whatever, for the day, it's going to break your psyche, then don't do it. You should, I'm upset that I wasted time looking for a box and that, you know, my time. That's the only part I'm mad about. I'm mad about my time. But if you can't absorb a $100 loss, then you're not doing it right. You don't have enough savings, or you're working on too thin of margins, or you're spending money that you shouldn't. You should have business money for things that do happen, emergencies, returns. Even though you're getting daily money that comes in, if you're getting daily sales, that doesn't mean you got daily money to spend. You still have to have business money for when things happen. And if you don't, what'll happen is things like this will break you. You'll be like, I'm over it. I'm done with eBay. I'm getting screwed left and right, And really, that's not what's happening. What's happening is you weren't prepared, and so you weren't capable of accepting the loss or handling the loss, which I was. I was mad, and I had to run through my cursing a bit and stomp my feet. And the person was nice. We had a conversation. We talked a little more. I said, I got a couple more I'm about to list. If you're interested, you know. And I sent him some part numbers, and he said, really, I want this exact one. If you come across it, feel free to message me. They were a perfectly nice person. It was just an unfortunate event that hopefully I can avoid going forward. I will never pack one outside again. I don't know if that's what happened, but in my mind, I believe it is, because it's something I wouldn't have never done before. I just did because I had to, and I'll never do it again. But that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.